In today's video, we're going to cover retargeting ads and how you can actually leverage them to get an insane ROAS on your ads. Because even though it's true that most of the heavy lifting nowadays is done by prospecting campaign, which is most cases also behaves as a retargeting campaign, having actually a proper retargeting campaign for your business in 2025 can really skyrocket your results. And as you can see here, for example, this client is having a ROAS of 14x just this month with 66 purchases. So yes, retargeting campaign is definitely something that you want to take in consideration. Now, when it comes to the actual setup, there are a few different things you can go and do when it comes to Facebook ads. One thing that I really like to do is called DPA, which is dynamic product ads. And DPA are used especially when you're running a campaign or a brand that essentially has multiple products. So if you're an e-commerce brand that is selling 10, 20, 30 different products and you just want to essentially upsell or cross-sell some of these products to your prospects, then DPA are a great way to actually go around it. And all you have to do really is to create this campaign is going to the create button, make sure that you select sales, and then once you're actually in the campaign level, you need to make sure that you're going to select that dynamic product ads, which are the catalog ads right here. So you're just going to switch this on, you're going to make sure that you also optimize for campaign budget, and then you're going to select the catalog that you want to promote. In this case, for example, is this one. You're going to set daily budget, and then at the ad set level, you can actually then decide which product you actually want to promote. So first of all, let's make sure that we switch from maximum number of clicks to conversion. We're then going to make sure that we select the purchase because that's what we want. And then we can select the product set where we actually want to upsell. In this case, I don't really have a product set, but you guys can just have multiples. And these can be essentially products that get quite good together. Let's say, for example, you have a clothing brand that you can sell jeans, t-shirt, skirts, hat, whatever. You can just create different product set that you want essentially people to see. Or you can also leave it broad, all products. And if you leave it broad, essentially, Facebook is just going to show the product to the prospect that have seen your website. And it's just going to cross-reference this data to understand which product specifically you saw before and show the product. So a good rule of thumb for me is that in retargeting, I actually leave all products. I don't really use any product set. I might use product set for top of the funnel, but for retargeting, I just leave it broad because I want Facebook to just decide which product to show based on the historical data of the user. So once again, I'm just going to select broad here. I'm going to scroll down. And I'm going to make sure that I switch to original audience. I'm going to click original audience. I'm going to scroll down. And in here, essentially, you can actually add your customer targeting audience. And you can just retargeting, for example, view content per 30 days, which is usually what I do. Now, when it comes to the audience size here, you want to make sure that it's broad enough for Facebook to start spending. And the way you really understand is based on how much traffic you have. Obviously, if, for example, you have a lot of traffic, like this brand right here, you can see that our ad set is divided in 7 days, 3 days, and 24 hours. And the one that is really bringing the highest ROAS is the one at 24 hours. Meaning that within 24 hours, I'm already retargeting those people and just showing them whatever they saw before. And obviously, because of that time frame is so short, the return on ad spend is extremely good. However, in order to make this work, you also need to make sure that your traffic, your overall audience size for the 24 hours is big enough. Because in most cases, if it's not, Facebook is just not going to spend and then you're not going to see any return on investment. If that's the case, then my suggestion is just to increase your audience size to perhaps 7 days. I feel like that's a good number. And even if 7 days is not working, then you can go up to 30 days. In this case, like I said, we're running 24, 3, and 7 just because this e-commerce is getting a lot of traffic. And we're using primarily Facebook ads as a retargeting channel for acquisition because Google Ads is actually doing the top of the funnel for them. So like I said, all you have to do really is scroll down, just add your custom audience. It can be view content 7 days, 30 days, or whatever you might feel comfortable with based on, again, your understanding on the traffic. And then in here, what I usually do, I just create a carousel ads, like I say here, and I just let it run essentially. So Facebook is going to automatically show the products to the audience based on what I've seen before. You can also make a collection ad if you want, and sometimes I actually do both. So I have a catalog ad right here, which again is running dynamic, and then I also have a collection ad at the same time. And sometimes collection does better, sometimes the does the best. That kind of depends. If you come back and again to the campaign here, you can see that I was running both catalog and slideshow. In this case, for example, the slideshow just did much better, but they can really vary, for example, on each asset. For example, this one actually, the catalog is doing better than the slideshow, right? So my suggestion is to try both and see which one sticks with you. But that's it. That's essentially how you can actually leverage retargeting in 2025 to have an insane ROI, whereas all your competitors are just using essentially prospecting campaigns.